The example that Hord's set for other producers is a bar that's very high, but you can never satisfy yourself on laurels if you don't try to achieve to be the best. And for them to be the best and for others to try to strive to be like them, that makes the whole industry better. Pat and Janelle's character and their values are something that everybody looks and strives to try to achieve to be like themselves, because the bar has been set very high. And to see how things can go by their example, it's just like one of those things that just spreads, that you just want to be a part of it.
So I had the privilege when I came to Ohio to work with the entire Hord family and different segments of our work, our program work. But I also had the privilege of having Janelle and Pat on the board, and I've really come to appreciate their leadership style because they're very calm, they're great listeners, they're thought leaders, and they're very firm in their beliefs. And that comes out more than words, it comes out in their actions.
Pat and Janelle have been partners with us for over 20 years now as we raise pigs for Pat and Janelle. It was an opportunity when Anthony wanted to return to the farm that we needed to diverse and get a little bit larger in scale and size, and it was through this cooperative agreement with Pat and I that we were able to accomplish that.
There's probably not one person that hasn't worked with the Hord family farm that hasn't respected their leadership style, mainly because I think it's that art of listening. They slow down and they really want to understand what the other person or the issue is at hand. They may not agree with that person, but they respect them enough to really hear what they have to say. And that translates into their leaderships in the next steps as they're thoughtfully going through the next steps and leading the group towards a reasonable action.
Pat's leadership style is sort of a laid-back type of style where he listens to what other people have to say, and then he sees what could be tweaked or what we could do better or what they can agree. And by having that type of leadership style, it really brings forth buy-in to all people that's in the room. As we went through the transition from the passing of an issue 2 and the establishment of the Livestock Care Standards Board, it became Pat's mission to try to see how can we adapt and how can we do better on raising our animals and still satisfy the customers that we are selling our product to. And it was through his efforts and his tireless efforts that we came to a production system that I like to believe is in the state of Ohio was the forefront and leads the nation in what could be done. Not by someone passing laws that said we're going to do this. This was done on farmers taking care of their animals and seeing it how it was done, and Pat led that way.
You know, we talk about advocacy for the industry. I think a lot about the Hords. One of my favorite stories of Pat Hord was years ago when we were in Ohio. We had to go meet with the governor over some water quality issues going on in the state. I met Pat Hord in a Bob Evans, and he got out of his truck wearing Carhartt overalls with apparently mud splattered on them. And as he took off his Carhartt bibs, he was wearing a suit coat underneath. And we got in the car and drove to meet with Governor DeWine to talk about water quality and the opportunities that existed for Ohio pork. And as I remember Pat in the image of a farmer pulling off the bibs and wearing a suit underneath it, it explains who the Hord family is and who Pat is as a leader. From that morning, looking at a new barn being built to going and talking to the governor. And I think about Pat this last summer with his work testifying before the House Ag Committee on Proposition 12 and him coming in to talk about solutions and the challenges that we have faced, but not just saying no, talking about how we find solutions and work together with folks on both sides of the aisle to move things forward. And that exemplifies the Hord family, right? Hard-working, determined individuals still showing up to represent and fight for the industry and find solutions.
The Hord family all live by the actions more than their words. Their culture is based on Christian values of being a good ag steward, where they believe in living their Christian values to build trust, to be leaders in innovation, to empower, to show their care, but always be courageous in what they're doing.
Pat and Janelle approach service in the community by leading by example. As I thought about this question, I couldn't help but think about Nehemiah and the type of leadership he demonstrated when rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. I do believe they inspire others through their involvement by the way they ask thoughtful and challenging questions. But just like Nehemiah, they don't just talk about it. They jump in and they feel a call to action and they act.
The Hord family is a leader to the industry as far as how to be involved with not only raising pork, but also how you involve yourself in the community. Their outreach within the community, whether it be through food donations, whether it be sponsorships in local community, they are very active in their local community and in the communities for which they have operations in. It just doesn't stop just in Bucyrus. It extends out through their whole entire operation.
Through collaboration with local churches, they have brought the National Lifeways program into the schools, and there's hundreds of elementary age children now involved in that program countywide. They've started lending libraries to improve literacy in the community. They've contributed and actively participated in a variety of nonprofit organizations that set the vision and the economic priorities of the county.
Pat and Janelle and their entire family are deserving of this award because it's long overdue. That quiet leadership, that steady, always being that trusted person, sometimes is overlooked when it comes to awards because they're not in it for the award.
When I think about industry excellence awards, I think about folks like the Hord family. And while there are absolutely many deserving folks who have been awarded this in the past, the Hord family stands out among those as a family and as an organization that gives not just to their communities, not just to the industry of the U.S. pork industry, but to all of agriculture. And their presence and their willingness to engage has made agriculture and the pork industry a better place for so many folks. They exemplify the need of the Industry Excellence Award.
Well, Pat and Janelle, I can't think of two people that is more deserving of this recognition than the two of you. And I have no doubt that you will humbly say that you're just doing what God has called you to do. But I hope you know that it's through your obedience, your compassion, and your faith-fueled leadership that you have profoundly touched and changed so many lives. And I just want to say thank you for listening to your hearts, for your faithful leadership, for setting such a high standard of excellence, not just for your business, but for your family, for your community, and it's really that excellence has touched so many of us and improved. And so I pray that God will continue to bless you as you take on these initiatives and bless all the people that you bring together to solve the problems.
For Pat and Janelle, for you receiving this award, it is long past overdue. But I know that you feel that this is something that you didn't need, but please accept it with grace, because the rest of the industry feels that this is your time, and accept it with passion and go forward and don't change anything that you've done that has brought you here.